Hi, my name is Kristen. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to show you guys how to make these dilly beans, aka pickled green beans. There's a lot of uses for these. You can bring these to a potluck at work. It's something original. These are a great snack to have on hand, or you can garnish your drinks with them, such as a Bloody Mary or a clam digger. A couple little things I just want to share with you is sometimes when you're pickling something, your garlic will turn blue. And the reason it turns blue is because the allicin that's in the garlic is reacting with the acid, the vinegar, and it's going to create a carbon nitrogen, causing it to turn blue, but it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's just a little FYI I wanted to give you before we start the film.
First, I'm taking my washed green beans and I'm just lining them up and I'm cutting the ends off the top of them. Now, if you wanted to be like my grandma, you could definitely just snap the tops off. I like to line them up though, try to get them an even size for when I'm packing them into the jar. I just find it looks better for presentation. A couple different size beans here. These longer beans are the ones that I like to pack into my jars, and these smaller beans, I don't throw them away. I actually give them to our potbelly pig, Kevin Bacon. He enjoys the farmer's market as much as me and my family do. He gets these treats and he's super excited about them. So I'm just finishing up here, throwing the last little bit into the bowl that I have, and I'm going to move on to garlic prep. I have my garlic in my mortar and pestle and I'm just busting apart my bulb of garlic. I'm going to be taking the skins off of the cloves, and these cloves are kind of large. And what I'm going to do with these after I peel them is cut them in half before I drop them into my jars. At the farmer's market today, icebox dill pickles, and it's from Herbs for Healthful Living. Normally I have my own seasoning blend that I use, but we're going to give this a try today. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this into my pot. Next, I'm going to add 3 cups of distilled white vinegar, along with 1½ cups of water. And then on the back of the package, it says to add 2 tablespoons of sugar or sugar substitute. So I have my sugar right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix that around thoroughly. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that up to a boil. Here I have my hot sterilized jars, and inside my jars I have 1/4 teaspoon of pickle crisp, some fresh dill, dropping in my fresh garlic, and in 3 of the jars I have some fresh habanero pepper. And here I'm just showing how to pack a jar. So in the jar you want to get as many green beans as tightly packed as you can before you add your boiling brine. So sometimes you have to shake the jar around, sometimes you have to turn it onto its side. But basically you want to make sure that your green beans don't move once they're packed into the jar. now I'm pouring the brine in, and I'm leaving a 1/4 inch for headspace. And you want to make sure that your brine is boiling as you're pouring it into the jars. Here I have my filled jar, and I'm using a clean paper towel to wipe the rim of the jar. Very important because you want to create a seal once we put them in the water canner. I have my hot lid, and I also have my hot ring. And you need to screw these on. And from here we are going to take them and move them into the water canner. I have my jars in my water canner, and the water in the canner is boiling. I'm going to go ahead and submerge those underwater, and I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is up, and I have pulled them out of my water canner. And this is the part where we have to wait 6 weeks before we open the jars. Otherwise, they will not be pickled. They will just be a marinated green bean. And there is a difference between pickling and marinating something. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe.